Hi, welcome to episode 5, Fight Girls New Zealand 2017. So far we've been enjoying following the girls on their 14-week journey as they've got ready to go into the ring for their fight. We've experienced some of the highs, the lows, and got a little bit of an insight into their background and their motivations to wanting to fight. But what about when you actually step in? What goes through your mind? What do you experience? What can you expect? Well, today we're lucky enough to be joined by Andrea Kilday, New Zealand's Taekwondo Olympian who went to Rio last year, to find out what it feels like when you do put on those gloves, step into that ring and have the crowd cheering your name. So Andrea, no introduction needed, a recognizable face from all your work in Taekwondo, even the adverts that you did last year for the Olympics. You were in fact New Zealand's only Taekwondo representative at Rio last year.
Yes.
You've got a stack of experience. You've got the Worlds, Grand Prix, Commonwealth, Olympics, the selections, all that sort of stuff. Yeah. Really, I want to find out from you, an accomplished fighter, what the girls can expect when they step into that ring. I mean, what's running through your mind as a fighter as you get into the ring?
So before I get into a ring, there's mixed emotions. Like you're nervous, but you're also excited to get out there, after all that training that you've done, to finally get into the ring and do it. And, and all the learning the kicks, the punches, and then getting to actually do it in the middle of the ring and actually finally get the fight. It's really good to finally pull it off.
Is there anything that you prepare or you do before a fight to get yourself in the right state?
Before, there's meditation, there's also just focusing. There's things where I have on a piece of paper where I write good things and negative things, and before I go and fight that day, rip it in half, chuck the negative stuff away and just keep the positive and just focus on that. And I have certain things that I have written down, so just to keep me in the right mind frame and stuff as well. And then, so when I get out there and also have set goals, so go out there and be like, I want to hold the center of the ring. I want to be able to do my turning kicks, do my back kicks, double kicks, and just focus on certain techniques. And so pretty much every time I go out and fight, I set goals for myself of what I want to achieve.
Cool. And have there been times, Andrea, when you've stepped in and you've seen your opponent and you just thought to yourself, oh crikey, what have I done?
Yeah, I've done that many times. I've been to World Champs where I got the number 1 seed, one of my favorite fighters. I've gone to US Open where I've fought the number 1 fighter. So I'm kind of used to it. For me, I always get the top fighters. Sometimes it sucks because I gotta fight this person, but at the same time, it just makes you better. That's the only way you're gonna get better, is by fighting someone that's better. Win or lose, it doesn't matter. It's like, for me, when I lose a fight, it's where I learn. And I learn from going back and I'll see, okay, I did this technique wrong, or I should have done this. And for me, that's where I've learned, and that's how I get better. It's not always just going, I don't want to fight her because I'm going to lose. That's not going to get you any better. So that's, for me, is how I learn and how I got better, and that's how I got to Olympics, was fighting these people.
So when you see someone who might outrank you or might be bigger than you, you actually give a secret yes?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit.
Cool.
Yeah, I know that I'm going to go into the ring and it's going to be hard, and I know that I'll have to try my best, and I just go out there, and especially knowing that one of the top seeds, it's always a good goal to try to beat them too, and be like, I just beat this person.
4 world champs, 4 Oceanias, 2 Olympic selections, actually went to the Olympics last year, the only Taekwondo rep in Rio, made history by becoming the first New Zealand to win a gold medal at the Pacific Games, went to the very first Grand Prix for Taekwondo, Commonwealth Games, and has done a shed load of national and international competitions. I mean, this lady can seriously kick ass. How does the crowd? I mean, these are big factors for these ladies. They've never had a fight before.
Yeah.
First time they're stepping in. How do you deal with the crowd? How do you deal with the lights, the spectacle of the whole? You know, I mean, you don't get bigger stadium than the Olympics.
Yeah.
You know, worldwide audience, etc. How do you either absorb that and use that, or how do you blank it out? I mean,
For me, I kind of just block it out. Like some things I do hear, and it is really hard because it did happen to me in the Olympics where in my second round I actually started hearing the crowd and it took my focus off the fight. And so you just have to be very focused on your fight. And I think if you're so focused on your fight that everything else around you you don't even notice. So for me, I just had to focus on, get back and focus, okay, get back, do my kicks, I'm down on points, I need to get back up, what can I do? And so it was just, and when I got focused again, I didn't hear the crowd. So I think it's just, you just really need to focus on the fight and what techniques and what kicks and punches that you're good at, and just focus on that and just try not to let the lights and the cameras and everything interfere.
And we talked about leading up to the fight, during the fight itself. One of the aspects that people often forget is after the fight.
Yeah.
You know, you've done several months worth of training. In this case, these girls have been doing three months worth of training. Leads up to the fight, and then bang,
It's over.
it's over. How does that affect you mentally as a fighter, as an Olympian, whatever?
It's kind of sad because you've done so much training, like 3 months, or for the girls, a lot of training as well, and it all leads up to one fight, and then it's over, and then you go back to your normal life kind of thing, where you kind of, at the time, you kind of like, I can't wait till it's like over, but then when it's over, you're like, I want to keep on going. And so yeah, I found for me, after like all the training, and it was constantly everyday training, that I was like, I can't wait for it to be over. But then when I came back and there was no training and it wasn't the same, it was quite sad, and I just wanted to go back and do it again, because it was, yeah, and then you just really enjoy it. So I hope that the girls, even though the fight's over, like they fight and it's over, that they just keep on going and keep on training.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
Any wise words before we wrap up the interview for the girls?
Just go out, have fun, enjoy everything that you've learned. Just try to put into the fight and just go out and go hard. And good luck.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us today, Andrea.
All right.
Cheers, mate.
I'm Katrina Savage. I've got a young son who's going to turn 14 actually on fight night, on the 10th of June. And I've been doing martial arts for a number of years. My husband's actually been made the Auckland North rep for WKA, and that's how we heard about Fight Girls, and he basically challenged me to do it. He's been in the ring, my son's been in the ring. I'm going to be 50 next year, so I thought, well, if I don't do it now, I probably never will. So I'm going to give it a go.
This is going to be your first proper fight?
Yes, yeah, never done anything like this before.
Okay, so I don't need to ask you. A lot of the other girls I've been asking, what are the feelings from their family, etc. about this? Obviously, you come from quite a combat background, as it were.
I guess I've just sort of been dragged along with it with my husband. I've trained with him for a number of years. He's put a lot of people in the ring. He's been involved in judging and reffing as well. My son's been in the ring a few times, and he said, "It's easy, Mum. Just get in there, and you know."
So that's a bit. A lot of people will give the advice if they've been in that arena that it's easy once you're in there, but it's a whole different mindset once after the event. So what was your initial thoughts when you thought about, or you were approached to say, "Hey, look, let's go in"?
I'm too old.
That was your initial.
Yeah, probably. I'm too old. I've left my run a bit late.
Yeah.
But then I thought, I feel alright. I mean, age is a number, and if I don't do it now, I never will. So, let's see what happens.
And in terms of yourself, obviously you've been doing martial arts for a number of years. Can I ask how many years that would be?
19.
19 years. So you're considerably more experienced than a lot of the girls.
In the martial arts,
absolutely.
yeah.
So do you think, in terms of your experience with martial arts as a pure art form
Yep.
compared to what you're doing now, that you're getting ready to put that art form into use in a ring. What are the challenges and some of the I suppose revelations that have happened in terms of the actual the martial arts that you've been practicing?
I guess I've done gradings where I've had to be out there in front of people, so I guess that probably helps because I've done it before. But having said that, I've seen a lot of people go in the ring because I've watched ring fights that Daniel's judged people and put people in, and I've seen a lot of people that are really, really good martial artists that you think, yeah, they're going to do really well, and they get in the ring and it all goes out the window. It's a great leveller once you get in there. So in theory, I should think I've trained for a while. I haven't ever done ring fights before, but I've seen it, I've been around it. But I might get in there and it might all go out the window as well. So that's my challenge, I guess, is that I can, not fall to pieces when I get in there.
And what is the martial arts that you've been studying?
Zen Kai,
Which is 3-4 martial
it's a
arts.
freestyle martial art. So we do traditional forms,
Yeah.
but we do, apart from that, it's a little bit of everything really. We do a little bit of ground fighting sometimes, self-defense, people coming at you doing counter attacks. As well as a little bit of sparring, but not this sort of stuff. Never been in a ring or done anything like that. So.
And so, are there habits that you're having to unteach yourself from that martial art to come? I mean, because kickboxing in a ring is very different to freestyle.
Yeah, it's completely different. So I'm treating this completely separately.
As a different
from what I
form
do.
as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
completely differently. So
Probably,
I've started with all the other girls that have started taking in all that strategy. I've never really studied all the strategy or anything like that. So I'm learning all that from scratch too, really.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And what's probably the biggest change in yourself that you've seen as a result of the journey you're going on now?
I'm getting a bit more relaxed now than I was when I first started. So I had a few weeks ago where I thought, oh my God, what am I doing? And then I just sort of thought about what I was going through and what felt wrong, and stepped back a little bit. And now I feel I'm quite relaxed. So hopefully I can stay relaxed for the next month.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Are you looking forward to the actual event itself?
Yeah, I am actually. Yeah. And then I will have done it then.
Yeah.
And that's something that, I don't know, they say, I don't know, only 1% of the people ever get in there. It's probably less than that. So once I've done it, and I can say I've done it. And that's, that's basically all it is, really.
Yeah. And if there were other women out there that are watching this or have heard about Fight Girls or ever thought to themselves, look, maybe I should give that a go. What would your advice be to them?
Yeah, give it a go, I think.
Yeah.
Because you learn a lot about yourself. I mean, it's like anything, it's like martial arts. When I first went along, I thought, I don't think this is going to be for me, and I actually enjoyed it. So just give it a go, and you can surprise yourself. And you learn a lot about yourself and what your capabilities are and what you can do and what you can handle. And it's a strength, it's not just a physical strength, but an inner strength and a confidence that you gain through doing it, I think. So just give it a go. And obviously age isn't necessarily a barrier.
No, absolutely not, no. And the last thing I'm going to just ask you is that you say that you're just as a novice as any of these girls in terms of actually preparing for a fight, as it were. If you think back to when yourself and the girls got together on the very first training session that you had together, and now you turn around and you see all of these girls behind you training, looking like professional fighters. What's the biggest standout for you as a group that you've noticed in your time?
I think it's getting to know each other, and we're all ultimately trying to do the same thing. We're all testing ourselves, is all we're doing. We just, can we? Yeah, we can, we're going to do that, and we're all testing ourselves. And I think we all help each other through, and that's what's quite nice. It's that camaraderie that you get with just training with people. And, sometimes you have a good day, sometimes you have a bad day, but you're all helping each other, you're encouraging each other, we're all trying to help each other through the same thing. So I think that's what's nice, that's what I like about it. It's not it is a competition, obviously we're going to fight each other, but ultimately we're all just trying to help each other, push each other, all that sort of thing, and that's quite nice, I like that.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
That's all right.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Tina. Cheers. Tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, what you do.
I'm Jasmine. I go to Real College. I'm 16, year 12.
And you're called Smiley because?
I always smile.
Fantastic. Now, being 16, you've got to be one of the youngest competitors in Fight Girls.
Yeah, this is my first time coming to a
To a fight?
Fight Girl Sunday. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, so are you actually in the competition?
Yeah, I just joined.
You just joined. So
Yeah.
how long ago did you just join?
Well, this is my first time coming to a Sunday, but I've been training since September.
Since September?
Yeah, I do Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays here.
Oh, okay. So you're part of Dynamic Training, okay. And what made you want to join up Fight Girls?
I just always like doing it, and it's really good fitness, and it just looked real fun. And me and my little brother joined up together.
And are there any, I mean, first of all, being 16, what's your parents' reaction to?
My mum doesn't like it.
Yep.
She thinks it's like quite brutal. She just doesn't like me being in the ring. But Dad's like, yo, get tough.
So Dad's fully supportive, Mum still needs a little bit of encouragement?
Mum likes it, but she doesn't like us in the ring.
Absolutely, that's understandable. And does she come to see you train at all?
No.
So is the first time, is she coming to the actual fight to
Yeah,
see?
they'll be at the fight.
So that'll be the first time she sees you actually fighting. Are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Now you're training with people who are considerably older, or not considerably older, that makes them sound really ancient. You're training with people who are older than yourself, who are probably not as fit as you physically, but have a lot of experience on their shoulders. Does that intimidate you at all, or no? And what have you learned in your journey so far?
Keep your hands up, yes. Just keep at it. It's the attitude as well as the fitness.
And if you could see yourself, so you've only been kickboxing since September.
Yeah, I do Muay Thai.
So you do Muay Thai.
I don't do kickboxing.
You do Muay Thai. So okay. So first of all, that's a different discipline altogether, right? So have you had any difficulties in transitioning into the kickboxing style that's in the ring that you're going to be doing?
I don't know. This is the first time.
Well, this really is your first time out here, isn't it? Are you enjoying? I've just seen you been sparring with the girls. Have you enjoyed that?
Yeah. I wasn't really sure exactly how to approach, but I had a rough idea, so I just went for it.
And with this, there's no knees, no elbow strikes, which Muay Thai has, clinches and stuff, so you're going to have to get rid of all of that sort of stuff. Does that concern you, that you've got to unlearn some stuff?
Probably, because it's like starting to become instinct now, but hopefully I'll just dial back.
Fantastic. And if you could see your opponent now, you don't know who that is yet, obviously. You do know?
Yeah, they've told me it's Jess.
Okay, so you know who it is. Imagine yourself standing at the weigh-in, or even on the fight night, looking at her straight in the eyes, nose to nose. If you could say one thing to her, what would it be?
Good luck.
Oh, fantastic, that's awesome. Thank you very much, Smiley.
You're welcome.
Cheers, mate. Cool.
My name's Jessica Mitchell and I'm 16.
So you're actually from the Warkworth Dynamic Club. So tell me, Jess, you're 16 years old. Yeah. How long have you been doing kickboxing for?
About a year and a half.
It's about a year and a half. So relatively still new to this sport.
Yeah.
What makes a 16-year-old college student want to get involved in something like Fight Wars?
I just thought that the experience would be quite cool.
Yeah.
And also kickboxing helps a lot with confidence and stuff. So it's quite an exciting sport and I really like it.
Cool. And so when did you start with Fight Wars? Have you been on the journey since the beginning?
I started when the Warkworth Club started. Like, and I saw it in the newspaper and I thought, oh, that'd be cool.
So you've been involved with Fight Wars from the beginning of the tournament? Or the build-up with the training and stuff?
Oh no, I sort of came in sort of around the deadline,
Okay.
kinda, because I sort of progressed and I didn't know if it was something that I really wanted to do, but I sort of like, okay.
And if you don't mind me asking, what do your parents think about you taking part in Fight Wars?
My mom, I think she's okay with it. I don't think she quite likes the fights and things. She thinks she can get hurt. And I'm not even sure if my dad knows I do it. I don't think I've told him that I do kickboxing yet. And my stepdad thinks it's pretty cool.
Okay. And what about your friends? Because obviously your friends are all school or college age rather. But I don't think they probably have many your friends that are doing full contact sports. So what are their impressions of this?
I think they think it's really cool. And they'll be coming down on the fight night and support me, which I think is really nice.
And do you think taking part in Fight Girls has helped you with your schooling as well in any way?
I think you do exercise, it sort of helps you concentrate during schools and things. So it does help, yeah.
Cool. And what are you hoping to achieve from Fight Girls? I mean, is there anything that have you got a goal at the end apart from just obviously winning your fight? Is there something like, do you want to build your confidence up? Do you want to just be better at the sport?
Yeah, both of those things. Yeah.
Oh, cool. And have you got brothers or sisters?
I have a brother.
An older brother?
Yeah.
So how does that work out when your younger sister is doing a full contact sport? I mean, that must change the relationship between the two of you a bit, yeah?
Yeah. He started out as well when it started up in Northcote, but he didn't really like it, so he sort of stopped after a while. But yeah.
Because I mean, traditionally kickboxing is thought of, or any martial art is traditionally thought of as a male sport.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, here you are at 16, changing those opinions and putting those stereotypes at rest. How do you feel about that?
I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, because you're like other girls and they can do this too if they know how gender roles and things, and they feel like, oh, I can't do that because it's sort of a male sport. You can do it.
And if you could, and now we all know, just as I just interviewed Smiley, that she's your opponent on the night.
Yeah.
Now, how do you feel about that, first of all?
I think it's pretty good. She's a really nice person and she's pretty good, even though she's just started up. She's really, really good, yeah. So it's going to be a good fight.
And obviously I've seen you two hanging around together, so you're good friends.
Yeah, no, we only just met today.
You only just met today? Oh, you seem to be getting on really well for a couple of opponents.
She's an amazing person.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's so nice.
And I asked her the same question I'm going to ask you now. You're getting ready for your fight. Imagine it's 10th of June. Your music's coming on the speakers. You go onto the ring, she's standing there. Right, I'm not going to ask you what you would say to her. I'm going to ask you what you think you're going to be thinking when you see it. If you had the opportunity to say something to her just before your fight, what would it be?
Good luck.
Good luck.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, mate.
Thank you.
Cool, cheers. So, Letitia, 13 weeks into Fight Girls, 1 week left until your fight, your actual fight. Tell us, it's been an amazing journey. Where's your headspace at right now?
It's been amazing, very excited, but I've still got to have the mentality that I'm going out to kill and I will smoke in the first round.